Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Pat Castaneda. I am the Executive Director at Manzanita House. And Manzanita House is the convener of the Eastern Washington Refugee Coalition. We are a group of agencies that work with immigrants and refugees that got together and want to support holistically the work that we do. Each of our agencies has like a niche of work, and some of them are represented here. We have the souls from Global Neighborhood. She's the Executive Director. Yalda Mohammed. Yalda is from Fifth World Kitchen. Melis Tipek from World Relief. Luis Castillo from Refugee and Immigrant Connection Spokane. And Ali Mogadassi from Manzanita House. So the Eastern Washington Refugee Coalition started getting together in 2024. And our purpose statement is that we are a united coalition of organizations serving immigrants, refugees, and those identifying with the refugee experience. It is our commitment to work collaboratively to improve community understanding, advocate for better public policy, increase the sense of belonging, and improve resources for immigrants and refugees in our community. So each of the agencies represented here are gonna talk about the work that they're doing, the impact of the community, and some members of the panels are also immigrants, and they are gonna share about their experience too. Thank you.
I'm Deb Sauls. I'm the Executive Director at Global Neighborhood. How many people have visited our thrift and vintage store? Some folks. Great. Awesome. Thank you so much for your support. A lot of times people just know us as only a thrift and vintage store, but there's a lot going on behind the scenes and up front. But we work with refugees in giving them pathways to employment, and those neighbors who come to the Inland Northwest can find job skills training with us, vocational English classes, and a community of sports to help them as they build their lives here in the United States. And at Global Neighborhood, we have a tagline that we help your used goods find new lives while helping people find their livelihoods, which I really love. And we are a social enterprise, which means we can earn a lot of the funding that we need through the store itself. So every time you shop, every time you donate goods, you really are supporting a lot going on. We have had folks come from many, many, many different countries. Currently on staff, there's probably 20 countries represented. And we take the donations of clothes and home goods and furniture and all kinds of things. We take almost everything. Our website says a few things we can't take, like mattresses. Don't drop one of those off. But we take those and then we sort through them and figure out what's the next best use that we can use them. Are they good for the store? Also trying to just divert as much as we can from the landfill, so we try to find other next best use if they can't be used in the store. We are starting some new projects this year for limited English language learners, people that have the lower level of English. We want to start an industrial sewing program so that they can get involved and get paid and then keep improving on their English. We know that language acquisition is a big part of getting a job and getting the next better job, and so we just want to make sure that we can help everyone with that. And yeah, we're right at Hamilton and Trent near Gonzaga, and I have a booth in back if pick up some of our materials. We just put out our recent annual report card that just gives a few of the fun facts of what has been happening. But we're always trying to do new things. We always have space for volunteers. So if you're interested in getting more involved with us, please let me know. One thing that we want to do more of is if anyone wants to do a clothing drive or a goods drive for us, we do have trucks. We could come pick things up if you want to organize something like that in your community on our behalf. And I'll turn it over.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Yalda Mohammed. I work with Fifth World Kitchen. At Feast, our mission is to build dignity, opportunity, and belonging through the food by supporting immigrants and refugees, chefs, and sharing meals rooted in culture and tradition. Feast help create a welcoming space where everyone feels seen, respected, and connected. The same spirit is the heart of Table Time, the community center program, where I serve as a community resources navigator. Table Time creates a space for people to sit together, build relationship, and receive support at the same time. While sharing a meal, community members can get help with their job application, building resumes, English practices, navigating housing system, enrolling in education, and also accessing health and social services. This approach meeting people where they are make support feel human instead of overwhelming. And this work is deeply personal to me. I'm passionate about supporting people, especially women, as they take big steps, often toward their future. And many women I work with are doing something entirely new, starting their first job, enrolling in school, securing housing, or advocating for their health. One of the projects I'm most proud of, focused especially on Afghan women, was made possible through Fred Hatch grant that we made it last year. Through our partnership with them, we work to increase breast cancer awareness and access to mammogram. We were able to serve Afghan, Arabic, and Slavic community at that time, and this project was like became very professional for 4 women who became their community leaders. And we had more than 40 women who got mammogram, and it was their first time. Beyond health approaches, we engage in complex coordination care every day at feast and table time, and that they receive help, secure stable housing, find new employment, education, and job training, and also navigate complex systems that can be very impossible by itself. And also this work matters because health is not just medical, it is social, emotional, and economic. We don't do this just alone. We are getting support from community, friends, and supporter group who believe our mission. We love people come to feast, whether to share a meal, learn about our programs, and support our work. Every visit, every conversation, and any donation help us to continue serving our community. Well, at feast, we don't just share meals. We share safety, support, opportunity, and together we help people build healthier and more fulfilling lives in Spokane. Thank you so much. And also I have some flyers which talk about our programs, and also I have our cards, and if you guys are interested in volunteering, we appreciate that. Thank you.
Hear me now? Okay. My name is Melly, and I work for World Relief Spokane. I don't know who knows about World Relief Spokane. Anybody here? Okay. So I'm going to read a little bit about World Relief. World Relief is a global Christian humanitarian organization whose mission is to boldly engage the world's greatest crisis in partnership with the church. We envision thriving, welcoming communities where families flourish and people experience restorative relationships with God, their neighbors, themselves, and all creation. World Relief work in the United States especially focuses on helping refugees and other immigrants in vulnerable situations rebuild their lives in a new country. So my role at World Relief, I am the Community Ambassador Program Manager. So I manage a group of people from different countries. They're all from different countries. Most of them came through World Relief or have migrated here. So they've had to start from scratch their lives. So what they do is they help their communities build a life here. They're that person that the communities trust. So if the communities have a problem, they will come to a community ambassador. The community ambassador comes to us. So they're basically the bridge between their communities and World Relief. So what we do, people often say that I do the fun part of World Relief because I do a lot of events, baby showers, fun gatherings, things that create community. This has been impacted, obviously, by the current administration because they don't want to gather in big groups. They're scared, even though they are all here with legal status. But I'm going to talk a little bit about one of my favorite projects, that is the baby showers. So usually we have, women that come here to the United States and they don't have anything. Nothing. They don't have community, but they also don't have anything in their house. Some of them come pregnant, and they don't even know what a baby shower is. So we came up with the idea of starting a baby shower where we have, let's say, up to 20 moms gather, and we create this really fun opportunity for them. We give them up to $600 for each mom worth of baby items, and they absolutely love it. They get to go home and at least have a little bit, when their baby is born. This is all done through donations, from everyone, really, from churches or from just individuals. So that's one of my favorite events. It's only women because we want them to feel safe. We also do food delivery, so we deliver food for families that need it. This is all done through volunteers as well, and partnerships with other organizations. World Relief also works with all of the other organizations, so that's the magic, I think, in Spokane and this coalition, is that we are all working for one purpose, and that's to help our immigrant and refugee community. I think this is magical because I don't know if this happens in other cities, right? So yeah, I think that our goal for all of us is to create stability in these communities, and that's by showing them that they're in a safe space, right? Showing them that they have so many resources. They can go to feast, and they can have table time. They can go to Global Neighborhood. They can go to Manzanita House, to Rick's. So many opportunities for them, and I don't think it will be possible without the help from everyone here and from everyone in Spokane. So we really, really appreciate it. I am from Colombia. And I came here when I was 17, so I also migrated here. And I know the importance of having people around you that can help you, even with the little things, even going to the grocery store and explaining to you what the things are, helping you translate the basics, how to use a credit card, debit card, food stamps, anything, right? Helping you how to navigate the bus system. Everything is so new when you arrive here. And most of them don't have family here. They don't have a community. They don't speak the language. So seeing somebody that is willing to help you, at least even with a smile, is very, very helpful. So thank you for everybody that supports refugees and immigrants. And even just a smile nowadays goes a long way. So thank you so much.
Hi, everyone. My name is Luis Castillo. I'm the Assistant Director at Refugee and Immigrant Connection, Spokane. I'm gonna put on the spotlight someone that's in the audience when I'm talking about the history of Refugee and Immigrant Connection, Spokane. This organization was founded by a group of neighbors that identify gaps in the services for refugee and immigrant communities after the resettlement period. And this organization was founded in 2011 by Susan Hales and a group of wonderful neighbors and community members that decided to step in for the new Americans. And that way we have the history of being in business until right now, so far. The organization mission is to foster community bonds for newcomers, but at the same time to advocate for refugee and immigrant rights in the Inland Northwest. So our organization was born serving newcomers, and then over the years it has expanded services to provide support to every individual and family throughout the whole years. So we have programs that support the early childhood through connecting new and expecting parents to perinatal support, connecting them to resources that provide education for those new parents in the United States, but for those that already have little kids and they want to create a good community to protect their kids, a good space and environment for these kids to thrive. Our organization is also deeply rooted in the HOPE framework, which means creating healthy outcomes from positive experiences. We identify 4 fundamental pillars in the community, and we actively work to improve the conditions in all of these 4 pillars in the community. So besides the programming, and over the years, our organization has been funded through community feedback. So identifying what different communities are needing is really important for us, and that's why right now most of our focus is on advocacy efforts through different ways of implementing this advocacy. So we have some advocacy on healthcare system, like a program called Patient Passport, which is a booklet, or medical records booklet, that is translated into more than 14 languages right now. And this booklet is basically a tool that refugees and immigrants can have with all of their medical records in their own language and in English. In the case that they have a medical emergency, they can bring this with them, because we understand that interpretation services, especially in the emergency setting, is really complicated. It can take time. If you don't have an interpreter right away, you might have to wait more than expected to receive care. So that's why we implemented this project. And every year we work at least with 2 or 3 different language communities to connect them with this resource. And at the same time, we provide services while we are hosting this event. We connect them with medical providers, with nursing students, and also with childcare services. And then now, with the current state of affairs, we are living in a time that I personally identify as an increasing of tribal identitarian politics, gaining, a lot of power, not only in the United States, all over the world. More and more people are thinking on a tribal way of us versus the others. And I believe that's where we want to disrupt that narrative that constantly dehumanizes people, that it removes the dignity of every individual and the power and skills and the history that we bring with ourselves. And we want to ensure that community members that want to support also in breaking with this cycle of hate and this cycle of dehumanizing others can be engaged. So that's why we decided to step in collaboration with other agencies, such as through the Eastern Washington Refugee Coalition and the Spokane Immigrant Rights Coalition as well, which is in total about 30 different agencies. We are providing rapid response trainings for folks that want to identify when the rights of individuals that are being targeted by immigration enforcement are violated, because even if there are laws that they have to be followed, the laws also require agents to treat people in a human and dignified way, and that's what we care about. We also are providing training on accompaniment, such as Melly shared. There's a lot of people that is not only afraid and pretty much freaking out when they have to attend appointments with core system, but also just simple things as going to the grocery store. That is a struggle for so many people, going to medical appointments. So when these things happen and when these situations are allowed to happen, the whole social fabric of our community goes deteriorating. And when we don't have people attending medical appointments, the whole health of the community is being impacted. So that's why we decided also to promote accompaniment trainings, rapid response trainings on the other side, and know your rights trainings with collaboration, especially from Manzanita House, because they are, they have a big legal department and expertise in the area So the Know Your Rights training is ironically more important than ever in these times, because a lot of people think they can violate rights of others without consequences. And it's important that we all know what the rights are for each one of us as individuals. These are rights that are not only given or stated in the Constitution. These are guides that are inherent to our human condition as individuals. And then some people keep asking, how can I support? How can I get involved? We also, try to have as many people join efforts as possible and work in collaboration and cooperation. Donation is a big part of it, because that allows us to keep doing the work that we do. And donation is not only financial, it can also be donation of your time. If you have some, skills that you think you can put in practice to the better of community, you can volunteer. If you have knowledge, bring it to the table, and let's see how we can put that together with all of our knowledge and all of our skills as well. And thank you everyone for being here. Thank you for, being always attentive to the initiatives that put community together and that build bridges.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hope the weather treating you well. My name is Ali Moqaddasi. I'm a program manager at Manzanita House, and I am an adjunct faculty at Gonzaga University. It's a pleasure to be here with you all today. Before I continue, I would like to mention my community. I'm a Persian, I'm an Iranian, and I would like to respectfully ask to consider my community in your prayers. In the workshop like this is a common practice to talk about what we are doing. But today, I would like to start with who we are working with. In our last song, we have heard about resilience terminology. Today, I would like to talk about resilient people who are trying to keep doing right and good thing while they are working in living in a VUCA world. Do you know what does VUCA word mean? Any idea? Volatile, extreme changes for them. Uncertain. They don't know what they are gonna expect tomorrow. Complex, as my flow worker mentioned, they need to interact with many of the services in a once. They don't know how they are using the bus. They don't know what's the credit score is. They don't know how they are gonna go, how they need to go and get driver license. Yes, I am talking about refugee and immigrants. We talk about volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. Even we don't have clear answers, and also at the same time, we have a lack of clear rules and regulation. Again, refugee and immigrants. They came to the United States from the 10, 12, 15,000 kilometers. They had to leave their country. All of them, they were expert in the home country. Pilots, teachers, doctors. And now they are here to start from entry-level jobs. Can you imagine that? We have a doctor now he or she must work as a cleaner, as a cashier. Whose document and credential often are not recognized here. Do you want an example? I am here. I finished first PhD in Turkey in food engineering. Came to the United States, and I was told, Ali, with due all respect, your PhD is not valid here. What did I do? Come back to the university, get another master, and now I am, for the second PhD, I'm student at Gonzaga University. And also, still some engaged citizens, I'm gonna exclude all of these companies from this, still think these communities are here to consume resources, tax money, which is not. My dear friends, in Manzanita House, over the past 2 years, we had the privilege, we had the pleasure to serve over 1,000 of these individuals from 72 countries. Please. 110. In Manzanita House, our job, our position is not a career, is not a job. For us, is a calling. We have two main departments. Manzanita House Immigrant Legal Aid, which serve to help the community with the legal issues. Community power building, which focus on helping people realize their potential. Because it's a stock of knowledge, you know, when they are coming to another country, they think because they cannot just speak language, they are not smart enough. And in community power building, we are trying to help them to realize their potential. And my team and I, as a referral hub, we are trying to educate this community. Referral Hub operates as an educational platform where our community member comes at the fixed day, at the fixed time, at the fixed venue. We have a pleasure to collaborate with one of the churches, and we're conducting our workshops every single Wednesday. They are coming to learn about how system works. This is the critical hope. We are not gonna give them ordinary hope. We are gonna advocate for them. We are trying to build our client capacity for self-advocacy. And in the other hand, we invite all local service providers, all amazing providers, government agencies. We invite them to show up, bridge cultural and ideological gaps and divides, raise awareness in a way that benefits everyone. Because now even Spokane is my city. Dear my friend, we are here today to understand how we can collaborate to build a better city and community. Isn't it? If this question comes to me, my answer is so simple. I will invite all of you to engage with this community. If you are a business owner, please hire them. They are a gold mine of ideas. Taste their food. Dance with them. As Luis mentioned, everything is not about donate money and financially. We believe budgeting is reflecting the priorities. And your calendar is going to budget the time. Please, put in your calendar. Come be today you are doing volunteering with Manzanita House. Tomorrow you are going to do with Borderleaf. Another day with Rick's. Another day with Global Neighborhood, with Feast. Come. Work with us. You will understand, as I mentioned, these communities are not here to consume resources. They are here to contribute. They are a gold mine of ideas. And my friends, if we prefer to build our city more creative, in an innovation way, we need diversity. We need inclusivity. Thank you so much. Thanks for amazing question. One of the reasons we are here is about to answer these kind of questions, find a way for collaboration. But do you know, first of all, we need to raise awareness, which means we need to acknowledge differences. After that, we need cultural sensibility, respect these differences. And the third, cultural competency. Apply all of this knowledge to our behavior. We are here to extend our hands to all the providers, all churches, all mosques, whatever. We are here to break what hegemony is gonna say to us. We are gonna move beyond ideology. We are here to learn from each other. Always, I'm ready for any collaboration together to any service providers, churches, whatever. We are person through the other people. We are a human being.
Thank you, Ali. I also want to share there is a clergy immigration table in Spokane that is currently being organized, I believe, through the Spokane Alliance. I will be happy, to connect with you, giving my card, and then connecting you with the organizer from the Alliance. But this is pretty much a group of different churches and religious organizations that are gathering and planning precisely what you are sharing, how to be more actionable in the way that we exercise our faith. Because a faith, with all due respect, it's not all about praying. It's also about going to the streets and exercising the values that you believe in and protecting your neighbors and stepping up for those that want to violate human rights. So it is really important. That's a wonderful question. We have the Spokane Alliance and the Faith Action Network. So they have together a clergy immigration table where they organize and think of these matters. So I'll be happy to give you a card and connect you with them.
Hello. I just want to say again, thank you for your question. I know this all seems very overwhelming, and sometimes you think that you have to do this huge thing to help, right? But I have seen firsthand that even, if somebody feels unsafe, like they can't leave their house, maybe helping them drop off some food outside their house, going grocery shopping for them, take them to the doctor. Maybe they feel more safe with somebody that, speaks the language, that knows their way around. They maybe feel more protected. So maybe little things like that can also help on top of obviously everything, that all the organizations are already doing. But I say, just be kind, very kind. Right now is a very scary time for all of immigrants and refugees. So thank you.
Yeah, on that note, I was just going to say, too, the more you can just connect with people, I think that for refugees and immigrants, things are changing constantly. It's never easy to be a refugee in this country, but now, every day, something could change. There's no clear pathways to citizenship. 75 countries just put on a list where it's like, well, there's no possibility of getting a green card indefinitely, and these things, there's so much happening in the news, these things like just pop up overnight. So I think just like being connected with people, staying on top of what is happening, and listening to people's stories when they're willing to share, I think is super important as well, just connecting human to human.
Thank you for your question. And also at FEAST we have a supportive group, friends that we are just putting it together for our families. If we have a group of people who is willing to help, that would be great, because those supportive friends provide basic knowledge for people, helping them to drive them to, grocery shopping, going to school with their kids, taking them to the appointment, accompanying them to the grocery shopping. So this kind of help is very supported, and also it is very needed in this time, and people appreciate it. Thank you.
So we are out of time. We just had 45 minutes, but we are all well known within the community. Reach out and ask any questions and offer any help. I just want to say that we are all getting organized, and the community is coming to us to ask questions, and there is a lot of trainings available that you could engage with if you want to accompany an individual to ICE appointments, or rapid response, meaning that if there is any issue, you could come and react. We appreciate anybody from the local community that could support that. Thank you very much.
So usually I don't talk too much on public policy in my reflection, but I just wanted to bring up one aspect that I think we need to consider, especially coming up to the election coming up this fall. Currently, 700 homeless have been cited since June 2024 because of the SCOTUS decision to ban camping. And 1,600 since January 2025 have been rounded up that are immigrants within our community, both detained and deported. Currently in Washington State, there are 1,600 additional that are currently in incarceration as immigrant. So we just need to keep all of those individuals in our hearts and minds as well. With that, I want to pass it on to Pastor Jen, who I've offered, since she was one of the clergy that joined 1,200 other clergy nationwide in protest in Minneapolis before last weekend.
I bring to you not a prayer, more like, well, words from a pain-filled heart. These are words from Matt Moberg, the chaplain for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Perhaps you've heard them, and if so, hear them again. If you're a church posting prayers for peace and unity today, while my city bleeds in the streets, miss me with that softness you only wear when it costs you nothing. Don't dress avoidance up as holiness. Don't call silence peacemaking. Don't light a candle and think it substitutes for showing up. Tonight, an ICE agent took a photo of me next to my car, looked me in the eye, and told me, "We'll be seeing you soon." Not metaphor, not hyperbole, a threat dressed up in a badge and a paycheck. Peace isn't what you ask for when the boot is already on someone's neck. Peace is what the powerful ask for when they don't want to be interrupted. Unity isn't neutral. Unity that refuses to name violence is just loyalty to the ones holding the weapons. Stop using scripture like chloroform. Stop calling your fear wisdom. Stop pretending Jesus was crucified because he preached good vibes and personal growth. You don't get to quote scripture like a lullaby while injustice stays wide awake. You don't get to ask God to heal the land if you won't even look at the wound. There is a kind of peace that only exists because it refuses to tell the truth. That peace is a lie. And lies don't grow anything worth saving. The scripture you love isn't written to keep things calm. It is written to set things right. And sometimes the most faithful thing you can do is stop praying around the pain and start standing inside it. If that makes you uncomfortable, good. Growth always is.
Next up, again, Lorraine Wiley.
Why kin musos tichastak sochal why jakin mi penwishin puit. I hope you have all gained something from this day, and I know that I've gained hope from being with you all. I have a song I'd like to close with, and it's a song that is called the Chief's Song. And I wanted to share it with you, and hopefully it'll stay with you as you go home, and our leaders in wherever you are, and work for justice and peace. Oh, hey, hi, yo. Please stand. Oh, hey, hi, yo. Hey, hi, yo. Hey, hi, yo. Oh, hey,
Many thanks for all of you coming today. Safe journeys.